Good day, everyone, most especially to Miss Alipio. I am Margarette, a BSN Level 1 student under the BSN 1B. And for today's presentation, I will be discussing the concepts of agenda and minutes of the meeting. So, the key points of the discussion are the following. First is the concept of agenda. Second, the inclusions of agenda. Third, the concept of minutes of the meeting. And lastly, the inclusions of minutes of the meeting. So starting off with agenda. Agenda is a version of the meeting plan that is distributed to the attendees. So basically, a meeting agenda is a list of topics, discussion points, action items, and activities that you want to cover during a meeting. And it should include a detailed overview of what should happen during the meeting, who is responsible for each item, and how long each discussion topic or job should take. And the most basic agenda consists of a short bulleted list. However, more complex agendas may include full topic descriptions, including projected outcomes for each item, as well as the reference materials such as the proposals and reports that are to be reviewed prior to the meeting. So next, stated in the slide are the functions of agenda. First one is it establishes a framework for the meeting. It only means that one of the functions of the agenda is to bring back the subject quickly if anyone drifts away from the subject or the topic that is being discussed. Next one, it aids invitees in their preparations for their gathering. It allows them to comprehend what will be discussed and to think about the issues ahead of the time in addition to any papers. Lastly, it provides a means of assessing the meeting success. Attendees can observe whether the meeting met its goal because the purpose is included in the agenda. So next one are the key elements of agenda. First one is the desired outcome. So this element is all about the objectives that are needed to be attained in the said meeting. And these are the statements indicating what you expect to accomplish by the end of the meeting. So set the tone for the focused discussion by defining the particular outcomes you wish to achieve during the meeting. So second one is the topics and or activities. So this element now refers to the list of topics to discuss and activities to participate in during the meeting. So one must include such conversation topics, tasks, and most importantly, decisions that must be made. And also, in addition, make sure that things on the meeting agenda are relevant to the targeted goals or objectives. So third one is the pre-work. So this element refers to the set of instructions on how to prepare for the upcoming meeting, as well as those documents that are needed. So assign work to ensure that all the participants are on the same page and that the time spent presenting and explaining the content is minimized. And this element also includes the date, the time, the place of the meeting, its title, and the list of invited attendees. So fourth element is norms. So these elements refer to the set of ground rules that govern how attendees should conduct themselves throughout the meeting. So one must set ground rules based on the type of the talk that the meeting will be having. So lastly is the roles. So this last element refers to the assignments of roles to the attendees or to the invitees. Assigning appropriate roles to the attendees is also a must as it will aid the meeting's management. So attached in the slide is a sample agenda. We can clearly see the topics and activities that will be talked about and participated into. Moreover, with this sample, we can conclude that agenda is used in order for the team to have an efficient and effective meeting. So next one, this type of agenda indicates the meeting purpose and most especially the expected outcomes for the meeting. Just like the first sample, the topics to be discussed are arranged in a consecutive manner. So the next topic is the minutes of the meeting. This refers to the official record of the notes that were taken during a meeting. So meeting minutes are vital for the historical record, keeping as well as providing a reference for those attendees who were unable to attend. And this type of document, despite its moniker, have nothing to do with the actual minutes of the meeting. They're simply a way of documenting the major choices or the major decisions that were taken and what will happen next as a result. So now, stated in the slide are the functions of minutes of the meeting. First one is it establishes a structure. If necessary, facts, decisions, votes cast, conflicts, attendees, and other pertinent information can be accessed. As a result, ensure that your minute taker adequately recounts how members came to reasonable decisions. Next one, the second one is it drives action. So, good meeting minutes assist your leadership team and staff develop a plan of action. So, they will now explain how, when, why, and who made the said decisions in the meeting. So, lastly, minutes of the meeting measures progress. This type of document can be used to track the project progress, the effectiveness of the decisions of the members, and the team member effectiveness in terms of the action steps. So last one to be discussed are the key elements of minutes of the meeting. So there are some common parts that must be included in the minutes documentation, and when drafting this type of document, you must include the following items to make it effective according to the Open Library Press books. First, name of participants. Second, the agenda of the meeting. Third, calendar/due dates. Fourth, actions or tasks. Fifth, the main points that had been discussed during the meeting. Sixth, decisions made by the participants. Seventh, record of what is most important points of the meeting. Eighth, future decisions. And ninth, the documents, images, and other files. So, when the meeting is over, the person in charge of the minutes of the meeting should be given all the materials that he needs to write the minutes in a clear and attractive manner. Now, this is one of the formats in terms of writing the minutes of the meeting. It includes the attendees, the absentees, the topics raised for the meeting, what happened during the meeting, the discussion, and also the adjournment. So lastly, this is now the actual example of the minutes of the meeting. The discussion is thoroughly written, who said such thing and so, and at the bottom part, we can see that it was also written who submitted and who approved the said minutes of the meeting. And that is all for my presentation. Stated in the slides are the references used for today's discussion. Thank you all for listening.